next guest is arguably one of the worst victims, if not the worst victim of the post office scandal. A completely innocent sub-postmistress who was 8 weeks pregnant with her second child when she was sentenced to 15 months in prison for false accounting, for cooking the books. She didn't do that. We know who was responsible, or what was responsible. It was the IT system, the Horizon computer system. We also know that forces at the post office tried to cover up for what was responsible for all of these accounting errors by blaming sub-postmasters and mistresses rather than their computer systems. Now, poor Seema Misra also had to she did 4.5 months in jail and gave birth to her second son wearing an electronic tag. Well, welcome to the show, Seema.
Good evening.
The post office inquiry into the Horizon IT system has finally ended. Today, Paula Vennels told the final day of the inquiry that her senior team failed to inform her of key information and she had no desire to point the finger at others. Now, you've already received an apology from the post office, quite rightly so. I'm assuming they've compensated you as well. I don't know how well. But you must still... I mean, you're never going to get over this, are you? I mean, you must be just boiling with rage about what they did to you. So my question to you is, the police, we now hear, are investigating dozens of people who were responsible for this cover-up, who are responsible for making people like you scapegoats for their mistakes. There are apparently dozens. Now, in the frame must surely be the former chief executive, Paula Vennels, who, making her excuses today, was actually laughed at by your friends in the case, and are groaning and laughing at yet more excuses. Well, first of all, Seema, do you think that Paula Vennels deserves to go to jail?
You know, each and every single person who was responsible for the scandal, either they were part of Royal Mail, Post Office, Fujitsu, or the government, they need to go behind the bars.
Well, like you did. Well, let's get back to the sort of current circumstances in just a second, but just tell us what happened to you.
Well, we bought the post office in 2005, had an issue from very beginning, and I was told, Mrs. Misra, we have so many post office, they're doing fine, it's just you having issue with your post office. But then in 2008, I was suspended, I told them there will be a shortfall, and in 2010, I pleaded not guilty for theft charges. The jury came back with a verdict guilty, so in 2010, on my eldest and 10th birthday, and being 8 weeks pregnant, I was sentenced for 15 months. Imprisonment.
And I believe that you went to prison, to Bronzefield Prison, on the day of your eldest boy's 10th birthday. You were convicted wrongly, of course, of stealing £70,000 from your post office branch in West Byfleet in Surrey. You did 4.5 years, and this is what shocks me. I mean, all of this shocks me, obviously. But you had to give birth to your second son wearing an electronic tag. As I said earlier, Seema, your fury must be off the scale.
It is. It is. You know, when we started the fight, we knew it's going to take a long time, but we didn't expect it this long. But at least it's going in the right direction now.
Yes, it is. But as things stand, detectives, the police, are investigating dozens of staff at Fujitsu, the company that was responsible for the IT system, the Horizon system, and, of course, the post office. And these are for crimes including perjury and perverting the course of justice. So the implication here is, in order to get you nicked and all the other poor sub-postmasters and sub-postmistresses who went to jail or were convicted, some of them, quite a few of them, were advised to plead guilty just to get out of Dodge, as it were, which is ridiculous as well. Now, so implicit in perjury, perverting the course of justice, these people told lies about you. They should go to jail, shouldn't they?
Of course, yeah. Of course, each and every single person. Then we can prove the system is nobody above law. Currently, it doesn't look like it, but like at least it will prove that there's nobody above law.
And what do you think about Paula Vennels?
As like each and every single person, like I know there's a police investigation going on, so hopefully we'll get like a proper accountability, proper justice then. So each and every single person, either the post office, Royal Mail, or the government, whoever was responsible, they need to go behind the bar.
Absolutely. And what is your circumstances now, Seema? I mean, did you get compensation to your satisfaction? Have you been compensated?
No. I received some interim payments only, still waiting for my full and final.
Do you know how much they're going to give you?
Don't know. Don't know.
Do you got an idea of what they ought to owe you? I think they owe you a lot of money, to tell you the truth. I mean, as I say, I think, every poor sub-postmaster and mistress who went through this, wrongly accused, wrongly convicted, some went to jail, some heavy fines, stains on their character. I mean, they all suffered terrible ordeals. But my God, yours is just unbelievable.
It is, well, we won't definitely it's taken so long, lost 20 years of our life away. But we are physically and mentally tired, but that doesn't mean we give up till we have a proper accountability.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, isn't it? I mean, in a way, I'm glad it's working out for you, or at least, as you say, the direction of travel is good now. The
True.
bad guys look like they finally will be caught. And, personally, I don't know what you think, but I think Ms. Vennels, I mean, the buck has to stop somewhere. She's trying to say it's not my fault that people didn't tell me everything. Well, I'm sorry. You were the chief executive and you should have known. So I think she may have a dubious future. Can you tell me, can you tell me how much compensation you're expecting or you're hoping to get?
We don't know. The accountant and the solicitors, they're working on the figures and all that. We don't know the figures yet. Still waiting.
To go back to those days when you were suffering as you did. I mean, it must have been almost surreal to be in jail, pregnant, giving birth with an electronic tag on, and you hadn't done anything wrong.
That's the thing, if I wouldn't been pregnant, I would have killed myself, because going to prison for the crime you never committed is just like bringing shame to the family. My husband got beaten up 3 times because my local paper advertised me as a pregnant thief who nicked from the pensioners. So he got beaten up 3 times.
Oh my God.
It was like, we can't, when I think about the time, it still gave me goosebumps. I'm really proud of my family when I came out, but I didn't want the world to know that, I'm their mom, I'm my kid's mom, or like my husband. But I didn't want it. I didn't want to say anything. I felt like I was ashamed to my family going to prison. So it was really hard time, even to the extent for my younger one, for 8 years, we didn't celebrate any of his birthday. Because I didn't want people to come, his friends to come and say, oh, she's Seema Misra. So your mom is Seema, she's the one went to prison. So,
just terrible.
All that.
Yeah. What was your looking back on it? What was your darkest moment?
In the imprisonment. I'm okay to fight with post office day in, day out. Till we get proper justice, proper compensation, proper accountability. I can fight 24 hours. It's just a prison bit I still can't come terms with.
What was it like in there?
Horrible. I never thought I'm going to come out alive from there. As I mentioned, if I wasn't pregnant, I would have killed myself. There were people self-harming there. I thought, because I lost faith in the system the day I was sentenced. I thought somebody will come and stab me. There was or probably I will get something, some sort of disease. And it was like a terrible time.
So, but now, I mean, you obviously got some way to go, but you're back with your family, and at least, your good character is re-established, obviously. So things are not too bad now for you.
No, definitely. It's going. Things are good. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Well, I think you deserve many millions of pounds. You really do, and I hope you get it. And I hope you talk to me again. Thank you very much, Seema, and all the best.